What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Comedic Energy, and this is Dirty Mouth Radio. Dirty Mouth Radio, produced by Livewire Sound and Entertainment.
It's your girl Golden.
It's your boy Cray.
We back. It was goody. It was really, really good. What's up, Golden? Anything new? Anything new?
No.
Same old, same old.
Yep.
Still living your life like it's golden.
Yeah, hot girl summer been canceled.
Uh-oh. Why is it canceled?
Work.
Oh. That was something else. Oh, okay. What about you, Cray?
No babies here.
What's up, Cray?
All right, man. Just surviving, preserving, staying focused.
No, ain't nothing new. All right, so I wanted to talk about something that we talked about a while ago, right? And it kind of like harps on what we were actually talking about last episode, and it was dealing with the spirituality and the religious aspects of things, right? So I wanted to actually know from you. Well, I got this question for both of y'all, right? So in today's society, with all the things going on, how is your viewpoint towards religion and spirituality? Now, think back, right? Remember, we had an episode called Religion versus Spirituality. Y'all remember that one? That was a couple years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago. But I wanted to know, since that point, how has your viewpoint on religion and spirituality changed? And where do you see things going in the next couple of years as a society in regards to religion and spirituality?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, personally, my viewpoint probably hasn't changed much. I feel that both of them go hand in hand, and I personally need it very much in my life. I feel like I'm battling demons every day, and I got to stay connected spiritually. But as far as society is concerned, that's going out the window. People pretty much think that they are in control, that there is no higher being, and they ain't gonna do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Cray?
Honestly, I don't remember that episode completely. But as far as my beliefs, it's pretty much been the same. As far as religion and spirituality goes. I don't know. I can't say for say. To me, religion is more so the concept of like man-made and believing in something that has been created over time versus believing in a higher power or believing in something that is a little more organic or, from different orientations.
So do you feel like religion is more like structure and what is the word I'm looking for? I believe that religion, like basically doing religious what is the word I'm looking for? Like practices that you're doing certain things over and over.
I feel like religion is more as like
rituals.
I feel like religion is more like traditional. It's like to me, I see religion as like starting from a small tribe or a family or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every religion started from somewhere small, and it was just something that everyone did in that area for a while, for a long period of time, until like, the population grew. And then over time, I feel like the stories and some of the meanings and the ideas and even the artifacts kind of just got disrupted, and the messages got misconstrued. And I feel like people start turning it into a religion. You know what I'm saying? Practicing some of these things without really understanding the original stories, or traditions and stuff like that. Like, that's how I feel religion is. I just feel like it's just a construct of just um misinterpreted and cross meanings. You know what I'm saying?
But
As far as spirituality,
do you think there is some truth to it?
I feel like there's truth in everything.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely truth in it, but I think that everything in religion is so like cross-referenced, and it's just like interwoven from different. Everything is just like so similar that it's not similar at all, and then it's like everybody just confuses what's supposed to be what. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we just take these meanings and these ideas, and we just segregate ourselves from everybody else and stuff, but everything is like so similar. It's just crazy as hell.
Mm.
But I feel like religion was built to control, confuse, and empower. So I think it's a tool. But spirituality, I feel that's a different concept altogether. Like, I feel like that's something a little more significant to like one's personal self. Like, I feel like it's not about what you hear or what you necessarily know. It's
Mm.
more so like what's being presented to you through like some alternate space or alternate plane of existence. You know what I'm saying? It's a feeling. It's like being engulfed in like an emotion or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like your senses play a lot. And this question really kind of goes into like, something that I had for this whole segment that we doing today.
Okay. I don't know. With me, in regards to religion and spirituality, I think it's kind of the same thing that I said the last episode. I feel like religion has meaning, in my opinion, but I feel like we have to find out where the true meaning is. I feel like it's like a diamond in the rough, that there's a lot of things out here that, like you said, got misconstrued and misinterpreted, that you got to actually find out where the truth is. And I feel like spirituality and religion do go hand in hand in some aspects. When they talk about praying is also meditation.
Yes.
So I feel like there's elements in both of them that kind of can marry. You can kind of marry the two in different aspects if you look at the different things that you can do within spirituality and in religion. So I just feel like it's truly the meanings in religion that I feel like that's where the area of concern is. You feel what I'm saying? If we keep digging and keep digging and keep digging, we'll find out more where the truth is. You see what I'm saying? So I'll never say that religion is not important. And I'll never say that the same when it comes to spirituality. But I will say that you have to kind of dig and test what you learn when it comes to religion and when it comes to spirituality. But we know that religion was used as a tool against us. It was abused, and things were switched around. So it's like we gotta dig to find more truth out of that and verify. That's just how I feel with it. I just wanted to know how y'all felt about that, because you got all this stuff that's happening that's been, I don't know, it's a lot of things that's been going on within this last year, but like not a lot of people are talking about it. Y'all heard about that CERN shit?
What is that?
So it's a particle accelerator, right? Now they cut this.
Yeah, Kern. It's
the CERN
project.
Yeah, so they cut it on. The last time they cut it on, I think, was in the 70s. It's this big particle accelerator. But what's going to end up happening? They cut it on 2 days ago, and what it does, it opens up black holes, and like I don't know if they're trying to get into other dimensions and shit like that. I I don't know. It's just a
Right.
lot of. Say it again.
Well, Kern is actually a facility that studies a variety of different things. But I mean, that is one of the studies that they've been working on, particle acceleration. But it's more so for the purpose. Well, one of the bigger studies that I've learned that is they're studying for like teleportation or time travel. That's one of the things that they're trying to focus
Yeah.
on right now. But they're using black holes or negative energy
Mm-hmm.
um, to like I guess like trying to replicate black holes. I don't think they have been successful at actually opening black holes yet, but they're definitely gearing. But the thing with it is, it takes so much power that they can't get it right, and they really don't know exactly how much power it takes, and it's like clean energy, and it's so much stuff that goes into that stuff. But
And they don't even know what the effects of that will be. That's the key thing for
right,
me, which is kind
yeah,
of
they're the
like,
same. It's the same company that's been working on manipulating weather and stuff too.
yeah,
And
yeah,
see, that's the thing with me. It's like these companies and governments and organizations, they so worried about having control over things that we don't normally have control over. And
yeah.
that's, to me, is scary. Like, why are you worried about time traveling and trying to go to another planet or trying to go to another galaxy?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got it right here, so how you gonna get it right there?
I see what you're saying. That, I don't know. I don't know. I think they venturing in lanes
I
that they ain't got no business venturing.
Oh, okay. And let's see what's gonna
can't,
happen.
Mm-hmm.
I can't like really. I don't know. I'm impartial to the idea because on one hand, I feel like it's necessary to study, just to see how far the human mind can go. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
like how far we truly can as a humanity or as a society can grow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't know what's out there in the universe, and we don't know what's headed our way. We try to make these predictions, but a lot of times we off. Obviously, there are alternate forms of beings out there because the government talks about space pods and space landings and aliens and
Mm-hmm.
all this other type stuff. So there's got to be other extraterrestrials out there. So if we don't know anything about what they know, then it's like we kind of behind the curve. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as like pouring all of our resources into it, is that's where we downfall at, because the world is really going through some shit right now. They getting hurt, right? We getting hurt bad.
Mm. Yeah, I agree.
But I can't just like write it off like it's not important, because it would be interesting to see like what is on the other side of a black hole. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know.
I feel you. I do feel you on that. The curiosity, but I don't know. I don't know.
You
I
would be
really don't know
end
how I
up getting
feel.
into some shit that you can't even get out of.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. You know.
But then again, it's like we do have to study other forms of like energy. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's another way. That's another reason for that study too. Is like trying to find other resources for like power and energy and stuff. Because as you can see, we didn't fucked our planet up like really, really good. So
But see, that goes back to what I was
if
saying
we don't,
before. The problem is, why don't you look at, you want to study other forms of energy, right? But there's a lot of records out here that give you the blueprint that are on this earth. But it's like it seems to me that these big wigs, they want to find out other sources of energy, but they want to do it their fucking way. And they don't want to listen to anybody that has even started a process to find cleaner forms in it. They want to do it their own way. They just throw money at the shit, and they don't have any regard for what they may fuck up to
Right.
get that answer. And that's where I really have the problem with. Because there's no way that they don't know when it comes to this CERN shit. They don't know what problems that can arise or what you may be damaging in order to do this. You see what I'm saying? Just like the whole goddamn vaccine. You see what I'm saying? You came up with some shit. You knew what the pros and cons of it was. You didn't know how it's gonna damage somebody, but you just got it out there. You just threw it out there. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit I don't like. So, I mean, I don't know, dog. That
we
shit.
know what the vaccine, we kind of know what that vaccine was all about. That shit was
But
just
it's
like
just and when it comes to doing research, it's like it's always I don't give a fuck what fucks up. This is my goal, and I'm a achieve this goal. I don't give a damn what it damages, but at least I got the fucking answer.
Well, I was
That's
the
not
first
helpful.
to do it.
Yeah, like that. How is that beneficial? You just fucked up a whole bunch of shit just to get this answer, just to say you got this answer. That shit is fucked up, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it is jacked up. But
Yeah,
some people feel like the sacrifice of a little bit of people is worth, you know what I'm saying, the greater good, or the greater, what they believe is the greater good, you know what I'm saying? What is the greater good?
Total, no.
But, I mean, I don't know. That stuff is crazy. But, I mean, I guess this kind of just leads me into, like, what I wanted to kind of talk about. Since we're talking about, like, new forms of energy, opening black holes, and religion and spirituality, I kind of wanted to open up with a question of not necessarily what do you believe spirituality is, but how do you connect with the spiritual realm? Like, through what means do you often encounter when you feel as though the spiritual realm is connecting to you? And how often do you go into this spiritual mode? And is it often that you realize what's happening when it's happening, or do you always just kind of shrug it off like it's just nothing? You know what I'm saying?
I'll let you go first. Go.
Well, for me, I pray and I do my own form of meditation, and I meditate on the word. That's the Bible. So, how often I try to do it daily, but if not every other day, because like I say, I feel like I'm battling stuff every day, so I know I need to connect with the Most High to get me through. And
so how do you?
What was? Huh?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, what was the other part of the question?
Like, how do you feel like the spiritual world, the spiritual realm connects to you? Like, how do you find your answers? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, through what means? Like, what's your connection? What's your main form of communication?
Prayer, and I journal, and and I journal, and basically I just circle back and and I just mark down answered prayers, So that's kind of like my communication form and my acknowledgement that, I'm being heard and I'm being acknowledged from the, higher being, and the peace that I receive from just laying my burdens down.
Do you ever feel like you're being guided?
No, I don't know what you mean by guided. Like what?
Like, do you feel like on a day-to-day basis, you know what I'm saying, as you walk through life and you try to navigate your path, right? And you trying to find which ways you supposed to go, like which you supposed to do to get to whatever it is that you asking for, that you praying for. Do you feel like there's representation of any type of guidance towards, you know what I'm saying, in your navigation?
As far as sometimes in my decision making, yes, I pray on pray on it, and sometimes I feel like I receive signs on what to do. I go by my intuition, things like that.
Okay. Now we getting somewhere. Comedic.
I don't know. With me, I meditate. I try to meditate every day, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I miss out. But I mean, I feel like I'm connected, and I feel like life's a journey. So I'm not fully connected, but I take every day and I try to get closer and closer. That's how I see it. So me, I meditate, I pray, and I kind of pray to three different individuals, and that's my ancestors, the universe, and God. That's kind of how I do it. And with those three, I kind of give gratitude to all three in one. So, and I felt like I received. I mean, of course, I received a lot of gratitude. I mean, a lot of different things, and I give them the gratitude for it. I mean, me just breathing right now and the achievements that I've achieved, I give mad gratitude and mad thanks for it. So I feel like I see it in numbers, angel numbers, the 111, the 222, 333, and so on and so forth. I feel like those are signs, and I take those signs and I take it into account, and I just start thinking about what they may be asking me. They try to say between 3 and 5 a.m. in the morning is the thinnest veil between the spirit world and the real world. And there's been times where I woke up in the middle of the night between 3 and 5. So I feel like somebody was trying to tell me something. So I take that into account. I just try to keep myself aware of the things that happen that other people may just shrug off and say, okay, this is just part of the day. But I feel like we communicate on a regular basis to the spirit world, but we don't realize that they are trying to communicate to you and that you need to reply back. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I do things.
The only reason I'm like, the reason I'm asking these questions and stuff like that, I really want people to just start like kind of like thinking about this a little bit more. It's so often that I run into people and like everybody's, and I've done this too. They often say like, man, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in life. I don't know where I'm supposed to go now. Like, I don't know where I'm headed. I don't know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm just standing still. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I've been praying and I've been asking for signs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And you hear that so much. So it like really makes a person like me just kind of sit back and like think like and like analyze myself and like how I perceive messages and signs and like what it really means to like meditate and or pray or do whatever cycles that you go through. And when I look at it, man, I think about myself in a personal light, and I'm like, yeah, like it. People talk about praying and meditation, but I don't know. I don't necessarily see it as prayer and meditation. To me, I see it as just like communication, just like talking to uh these beings as if they were just regular people. You know what I'm saying? Like some are negative and some are positive. But I feel like so often, like a lot of people stray away from communicating with the negative, what they believe to be negative, and always trying to focus on positivity, which it's good to focus on positivity, but you gotta understand like negativity and positivity are both two dynamics of the same spectrum. You know what I'm saying? It's just one end of the same spectrum. So if you don't understand one side, how can you understand the other? You dig what I'm saying? So like when it comes to like prayer or like what people call prayer, I just feel like it's just like talking like, and the spiritual realm doesn't communicate to you like how me and y'all, like how we communicating right now all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different things that I feel like people just miss out on life. like comedic, you said like you like it's a lot of times you get communicated through like numbers and stuff like that, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Comedic,
Yeah.
you get communicated like through like numbers and stuff like that, and Golden said through just like her prayers being answered and stuff like right.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's a little bit of both. It's a little wider than that, honestly. Um, I find that I'm often communicated to by animals. Just because that's just my spiritual nature. Like I just love animals, but animals communicate to me, and each animal has a specific meaning, and I don't think people really realize that how
Okay,
significant
Dr.
animals
Doolittle.
are. But it's real though. It's real because animals hold significant value and meaning. They are signs. You know what I'm saying? We use them in everything. You know, we use them for car symbols. We use them as food symbols. We use them as football team mascots and stuff like that. But there's a reason why we do that. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But we only take like small portions of these significant signs and use them and portray that. But another thing is being able to like read signs, not just noticing them, but
Mm.
reading them, putting them all together.
Yeah.
Like taking numbers, the animal signs, uh, 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 I'm sorry, communications and encounters and Saturn, moon, all of you know what I'm saying, astrology, all of that stuff is synonymous. Like you, if you once you start being able to like look up these meanings and writing them down and capture them, you like, okay, these, you know what I'm saying? I went outside today and I seen 4 possums. And then five, and then another one came to me and walked right up to me and walked off. That makes five. You know what I'm saying? Once you start looking at the numbers, okay, what does five mean? Okay, bam. What is the symbol of a possum? Okay, bam. So the power of this symbol is this much. You know what I'm saying? Then you start going on about your day. You know, it sounds like it could send you crazy, but like if you take your time with it, I feel like people can find guidance in their lives. You know what I'm saying? When we're on our path or our journey, a lot of times we just walking and we don't know where the fuck we going. We just walking. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you
And I
something with
just
that.
want.
I not to cut you off, but when do you do you feel like that can also be done to a fault? Like you can overanalyze something or overinterpret something when it may not actually be that? Just like how you said with the example of the 4 possums and one made five. Do you think that in some
I don't
cases that
think that.
that may just been an interaction with some possums? Like where does the line get drawn? Is there a
No,
line?
I think that it depends on who you are as a person.
Mm.
I don't think. I think over. I think you. Okay. This is how I feel about overanalyzation. People say I overanalyze shit a lot. I'm an analytical thinker. I feel as though once you start becoming able to master your own mind and you know what to rule out and what is necessary, nobody can tell you if you're overanalyzing or overthinking something. I feel like if you're a thinker, it is your duty to overthink because that strengthens your mind. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn how to control your brain. You know what I'm saying? So if you never allow it to get to that point where it's about to just go crazy, not go crazy, but just like, overanalyze and then just bring it back like, okay, look, I need to focus. You know what I'm saying? Hone in. If you don't practice that, you don't figure problems. You don't figure out how to solve things. You know what I'm saying? You always
Mm-hmm.
get flustered. You always go into depression. You always go into these psychological downsets. You know what I'm saying? You have to
Mm-hmm.
allow your mind to grow and build. And that's the only way you do it is by putting yourself through those stresses. The good stresses, not the negative stresses, where you're overthinking a depressive situation. You know what I'm saying? You do it in steps. You know what I'm saying? You break it up. But as far as what you saying, I don't think it's over analyzation. I feel as though if you feel like this is weird, this never happens to me. if you feel goosebumps, if you feel something inside of your stomach, like, or some, like you feel like something is trying to talk to you or speak to you, then you need to think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Overanalyzation comes from like when you wake up and every single thing you see, it becomes a sign, which technically everything you do look at is a sign. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you look at is a sign. Everything that you look at is created to direct you towards something.
Yeah, that's where I was kind of trying to get to, because it's kind of like a
you have to like this is the thing, man. Like when you on your journey, you don't know where you're going. You have to overthink where you're going, because if you don't, you gonna run into some problems that you didn't think about, and now you gonna be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? This is your life we talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is your path, and every path has signs or has some type of guidance or something like that, because there's other people who've been down this same path as you. You know, so somebody gonna leave back some type of sign telling you, hey, look, this is a no-go zone. Don't go over this way. You might want to go this way. You know what I'm saying? And that could be your ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Because they are in that spiritual realm. They can see things ahead of what you can see. They can see where you came from, where you at right now, and where you headed. You know, they might not be able to communicate with you through physical tongue, but that picture frame keep falling. You know what I'm saying? Every time you come outside,
say that one more time.
A certain type of bird is watching you or flying past you. Which one?
You go back.
About
you
the
said
picture frame?
Yeah, because you froze.
Basically, your ancestors can see your journey, and they don't necessarily communicate with you through the physical tongue, but you could be working in the kitchen, and every time you doing something, every time you start thinking about something, that picture frame falls. It's something significant about that. People get afraid. I feel like this is the number one thing why people feel like they overthinking shit. I feel like people get afraid of spirituality. They're afraid of going forward in their path. You get comfortable being stuck, especially when you're in a good place.
I think the fear doesn't necessarily come from being scared to move forward. I think the fear comes from the unknown. If you're talking about spirits, as in what some people will call ghosts or whatever, that's what the fear comes from.
But see, I think that fear is driven off of like media too, though.
That's
people
true,
think
too.
Casper, the friendly ghost, gonna sit up there and get in your face. We don't even know what. I mean, granted, you got stuff on TV that show what a ghost may look like, but do we really know what a ghost actually looks like? Do we really know that we will get something like that? Like, my thing is, people say they're afraid of roaches, right? Or spiders and shit like that. How much of that really comes from media versus a true arachnophobia? You see what I'm saying?
I'm glad you're talking about that.
Craig, you cutting in and out bad, man.
And then I wanted to piggyback on what Craig was talking about earlier as far as guidance. And for me, and I know y'all think differently, the Bible is the guide. So, you know, and as far as, you know, people have been there where you've been before, yes. And then you can go there and meditate on the word and pray for guidance. But I also believe in, you know, your spirituality and, you know, like I said, meditating. I listen to my frequency music and stuff like that, and, you know, just try to cleanse my aura and try to, you know, do things of that nature as well. What you was trying to say, Craig?
No, I was just saying, you feel as though the Bible is the guide?
Yes.
So you believe that it's basic instructions before leaving Earth?
Correct.
I feel you. I feel you on that.
A belief, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Can't knock it.
Yeah, that's real talk, man.
Me personally, I don't know about that. It's taking me a long time to realize that, but I don't know. But going back to what you were saying, comedic about like spiders and roaches and stuff like that, right?
Mm.
Like it's interesting because like society will make you feel as though like everything black is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Think about everything that's black. When people talk about like
magic,
enlightenment,
mm-hmm.
but we live in a universe that is dark.
Exactly.
And the only reason that you can see any planet or see light is because we live inside of a black canvas.
Exactly.
So if you're engulfed around blackness, what does that mean about you? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
but see that right there, that's where I say where the whole racism stuff gets intertwined with that. You see what I'm saying?
I don't even think it's even about racism, dog. I just think it's about not being. It's not. It's an unclear understanding, bro. Like you don't step out of the darkness into the light. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about this shit, dog. The most uncomfortable places are the brightest places.
Exactly.
When you step into a room that's bright as shit and all this light shining from every angle, what do? You close your eyes.
Yeah.
Why? Because you need that darkness to comfort your retinas. You know what I'm saying? It's comfortable. When you go to sleep at night, what do you go to? You go to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Some people sleep during the day, but what do? They close their blinds. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can just. It's hard to close your eyes in just complete sunlight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And actually be comfortable. You know? I don't understand why, like, and then that just transitions over to. There's always been this battle between light and dark. That transitions over to people. Like, there's a black man. You know what I'm saying? He's scary. You know what I'm saying? The white man with the blue eyes, he's happy. You know what I'm saying? Or watch that black car. It might do a drive-by. You know what I'm saying?
Or black cats.
There are crows around. Oh, that's a bad omen. There are black cats. There's a roach. There's a fly. But dog, if you go and you look into these meanings, black is melanin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything that is dark has melanin in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means that from the food you eat, and from the food you eat and everything that you put in your body, if it has color, it has melanin. If it has no color in it, it's white, meaning that it's void of any color. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. White reflects light. Black absorbs it. Mm-hmm. So you tell me which one is actually bad. Because if you fly straight into the sun, your ass is going to burn the fuck up. But if you fly and stand on the moon, you're going to be chill as fuck. You feel what I'm saying, though? Like,
yeah,
man. Me on that shit, though. If you jump into a lake of fire, your ass is going to fucking die. You know what I'm saying? But you can go to a shadow end of the pool, go under the water, and come the fuck back up and be okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand this, but it's this misconception, these messages that we're being given, and again, I'm sorry, I don't mean to go into this. I don't mean to talk about nobody's religion, but again, all of these religions always talk about the same shit. Oh, the light, coming to the light. Oh, the light of God, the light of, you know, all of this stuff about the light. There's a light in you. No, there's darkness inside of you, motherfucker. There's no fucking light inside of you. You know what I'm saying? There's darkness inside of you, but it's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because your body, your internal organs are comfortable in that darkness. That's how they stay cool. Mm-hmm. You know? If there was a fire literally burning inside of you, motherfucker, you would pretty much implode. Mm-hmm. But we look into the meanings of these things, right? Spiders, crows. They actually have very, very significant, wise meanings behind them. Like the arachnid, it gives the symbol of artistry, architecture, wisdom, patience, fortitude, strength, dog, there's so many valuable messages behind these like beings. Black cats are supposed to be the clairvoyance between the two spiritual realms, between our realm and the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a communicational guide for you. When you see a black cat, it's to say someone's trying to speak to you. I'm showing you that, you know what I'm saying? I'm basically the proctor showing you like, yo, there's a communication that's trying to happen right now. I need you to pay attention. But we get so spooked by this shit. And we just completely just throw it off because the idea of it being black just, you know what I'm saying?
But I feel like that right there is where the media came into play. Where else would you learn something like that? You feel what I'm saying? Think about it when you were, because everybody has thought that sometime in their life. Think about the first time you were told that a black cat is bad, and where did you learn that? You learned that on TV. Halloween, TV, shit like that. But that's where I say, because when you break it down, like just like you broke it down, when it comes to the blackness, when you come to the melanin, when you come to all that, that's when I say, that's where I feel like the racism comes into play. And it's even been shown with vanilla. Do you know natural vanilla is actually black? And it's actually dyed white?
You know
that's
what?
Why when you look at vanilla bean ice cream, those little black specks, that is natural vanilla. It is black. But it was racism. They said who's gonna eat something that's black? They not gonna do that. Bleach the shit white. That's where I say when it comes to shit like that, that's when I say there is systematic racism within that. Even in the Bible, man, the way they use it. Not the Bible itself. It's just the way they use it and the way they try to interpret it and push it upon people. That's where I say the problem is. I respect the Bible, but I respect the truest, purest form of the Bible, wherever that may be. You feel what I'm saying? That's kind of how I see it, man. Because everything has been so manipulated and twisted. It's hard to find the true shit.
Yeah, nah, you ain't gonna find the true shit.
Exactly. It won't be the truest shit. I mean, but can we find something like the most purest of shit? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
that's what you about to say, Go?
I was gonna say when you know the truth and you are the opposite of the truth, you gonna want to spin it. You know, you white and you realize that, okay, you know, we weren't the first, you know what I'm saying, life on Earth. You know, we not the best. You know, our genetics are not the best or the greatest. You gonna want to spin it because you want to make the other people feel inferior because you know the truth. And you want other people to believe the opposite of that.
Case in point is Roe v. Wade. The overturning of that shit had everything to do with motherfuckers who are non-melanated becoming extinct.
Right.
That is what that shit was. Like,
yeah, they feel like that their race is dying out, so they want to force them because they know that the white women are the highest percentage of people that get abortions.
Yeah.
Not the people of color.
Yes.
We have our babies. Not to say that people of color don't have abortions, but white women have them at a more higher rate.
Yeah. That's when I'm talking about that there's a problem. Like,
I think the problem is with just society in general is that we just don't know how to motherfucking coexist. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and be like everything black is the whole thing. Everything's supposed to be black. Like, that's fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Black and white are supposed to fucking coexist. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is. Like, that's just what it is. Like, in order to see black, you gotta see white. In order to see white, you gotta have black. Period. That is the spectrum of fucking God damn it, I can't even think of the word right now. But that's just how it is. Like, us artists, when we draw, we always looking for that consistency between dark and black. That's how we form. That's how we make. That's how we create depth. You know what I'm saying? That's how humans. That's how we are. We are light beings. Like, the shape of your face is created by both light and dark. If there was no darkness, if there was no shade on your face, then your face would just be fucking flat. If there was no light on your face would just be a shadow. It would be flat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need each other to fucking live, but whites are so busy being afraid of black because they feel like black consumes everything. We live inside of a black world. We live inside of a black universe. Everything we're surrounded by is black. You know what I'm saying? And so afraid of that shit that now they try to kill us to like either equal out the playing field or rise up above us. And it's like, you're never gonna rise above us, motherfucker, because we need each other to live. If there's no us, best believe it's no y'all.
Exactly.
So y'all can keep on killing. Y'all keep on fucking doing that shit, because once black people, once black, African, whoever melanated is extinct, that's the end of y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like y'all can't. The United States is okay. We'll take it down to the government or just society as a whole. If black people just died out in America, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. The economy fails.
Yeah.
All the shit, all the products that y'all produce, white people are not buying y'all. Y'all not buying y'all own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but if white people die, what the fuck happens to black people? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some might beg to differ and say black people can survive without white people, but you know, I don't know. I might argue that, but
yeah,
I don't know, dog. The only reason that we have brown is because whites are black.
Yeah.
Period, dog.
Yeah, that's true.
So we need each other to live. If we can just find a way to just coexist and stop hating each other, we could figure out time travel if it's necessary, you know?
I mean, there's a lot that we can do. There's a whole lot that we can truly do. Because if you have to put it side by side, there's a lot of smart shit on one side and there's a lot of smart shit on another. So you put two brains together, you got greatness. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like shit is just so damn, I don't know. It's so divided. It's divided. Like, and I truly feel like it's divided by design, but at some point we gotta get past that bullshit. We gotta fight through that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's being shown with all these mass murders. Like, look at all that shit, man. We've truly become numb to these goddamn mass shootings. Now people can't even sit out here and look at a parade and shit. That shit's crazy as fuck. It's like it makes people nervous to even walk out their door. It's got to that point.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
And that's why you gotta be connected to the spiritual. And that's why because otherwise you will be a
some people don't need to be connected to the spiritual because they ain't following the right fucking shit.
Well, that's true too. Because they
know, some niggas is like, it's a good, the spiritual is good, but nigga, it's some bad spirits out this motherfucker. That's true.
You need to know the difference between the two.
You know, it's some joints out here that's really trying to just pure destruction. You know, and they don't care about the existence and the preservation of no existence.
Yeah,
you know. So, but I don't want to say this shit. Damn, this shit sucks. But it's the truth.
You saying it's a necessary evil?
Yeah, it is because it's the ego.
Yeah,
you gotta have that.
With it. Yeah, you kind of do.
It's bad, but for every gazelle there's a lion. You know what I'm saying? For every beast there's another beast that can kill it. You know what I'm saying? Everything has its cycle. You know, everything has its greater. You know, it's just how we create balance. So it's sad. It is sad to see things hurt and things die. But I think like one thing about understanding the spiritual realm. It's just you understand that there is no such thing as good and bad. There's just
nature
cycle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's just nature. It's just cycle. There's just things that have to happen in order for this things.
Because even when the death comes, it's still a function that you still go through. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's a transition.
Yeah.
It's a transition of your spirit. It's a transition of your body. It's a transition of your blood.
And it's still when your blood being utilized. It still gets utilized.
Right.
But did you have to die in a mass shooting though?
I mean, I feel you on that. That's just
why you guys die tragic like that for no good reason.
Yeah, I know, but just think about there was this ancient civilization that lived on a volcano, right? And they built their whole civilization around this volcano. One day, the volcano erupted and killed the entire fucking nation of people. Is that not the same as a mass shooting?
Was that Pompeii? I think that was Pompeii.
I think that is Pompeii, yeah. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. That's a entire race of people just wiped off the planet of Earth.
I mean, was they not aware of how volcanoes work? Maybe. I don't know.
But I'm just saying, if you believe in God, what's the difference to God? What's the difference between a volcano erupting and somebody going out and shooting 20 people? It's still death. You know what I'm saying? One is nature. Both of them are nature, because that evil person who ran out there, he just had an evil nature. That's what he wanted to do. That's his nature. And that volcano that erupted is his nature. It just.
Now let's preface this by saying we ain't condoning any of the shit.
I ain't definitely not condoning it. But when you look at just life, planets collide and they explode and then they're reborn as stars. It's a thing, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's sad as fuck. It is fucking sad, but we are emotional beings, so we feel that.
Yeah.
But the spiritual realm probably just sees it as something different. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
That's probably because they see the true function of what comes out of that. They see what the result is.
Right.
Let's take a step back, right? If we knew what the function of every person role was who died in that parade,
this is a good.
And we said, okay, this is what they're meant to do, and we knew that before it happened, how would we view that act? You see what I'm saying? That's a dangerous mindset. It's a dangerous thing to think about. And I'm not condoning any of that shit, but I'm trying to just give another perspective to it. You see what I'm saying? But that right there, that way of thinking is more so along the spirituality side of it all versus the religious side. You see what I'm saying? Right. That goes into the spirituality of it all. People afraid of that shit.
Because it's just the way it's done.
Yeah.
But this shit horrific. No matter how you think of it, when you think of a flood, just think about those people in New Orleans who just died from that flood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit wiped out so many fucking people, yo.
Yeah.
And that's nature. Just wiping niggas out. Just I'm about to just take about a couple hundred people off this planet. Versus a dude who run outside and just shoot 8, 10 people, 20 people. To nature, that ain't shit.
Yeah.
Now again,
I guess,
not saying that I condone it.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it both are devastating and both are tragic.
Yeah.
But for me, it's more so one thing, you can't control nature. You can't control the weather and things of that nature. But could you control maybe somebody that's misguided that is going out there?
Hell no. You can't. You can't control somebody else.
I mean, first of all, I don't want to go into the weapons thing because we already talked about that, and I know how y'all feel about that. But
I mean, that's another
and
conversation.
Getting people mental help.
But I agree with you. So there's ways you can work through that with the mental health of it all. But I mean, my thing with that also is sometimes it's not even mental health. Sometimes they just want to fucking do the shit. You see what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers are just fucked up like that. Just like a lion. A lion will go over there and kill a baby gazelle. Is it a mental health aspect with them doing that? Or is that just what the fuck they want to do? Yeah, like with the mass shootings, that shit is so fucking fucked up. But
it is
a motherfucker like that, like how with all of these people that have done that shit, all of them ain't mental health cases. They not. And I feel like that's the crutch that motherfuckers try to use to get out of that shit. They always want to throw up a mental health damn case. It's fucked up. You wanted to do that shit. It is
fucked up. But you know what else is fucked up, Comedic? You know what's fucked up about this shit? It's not the fact that these niggas went and did that shit. It's really not. The fucked up part is, like, we feel sad now. The fucked up part is that we celebrate that type of shit.
What?
We watch movies about people doing mass murdering and killing and shit like that. We make movies about that type of shit. We celebrate characters like the Joker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
blow up buildings and shit and kill people.
But when you say we,
as a society,
humanity. I'm talking about humanity. Just humanity.
Like our society is rooted in violence, man. It truly is.
When you go out, when you see somebody walking around with a shirt that has the Joker's face on it, that nigga was a maniac.
Yeah.
There was no reason why he did any of the shit he did. He just, who knows why he was doing that shit? You know what I'm saying? But like, just that created character, that type of stuff like that, people celebrate that. And then it transitions over to a child. That child becomes an adult. He associates good behavior with that deed. So now he plays games that are a tribute to killing. We play games that are revolving around killing mad motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Modern day warfare, Ghost Recon, Grand Theft Auto, all of these types of games. What's that new game that with the little kids is playing and they building and shooting each other and stuff? Not Roblox, the other joint.
Fortnite?
No, it's the game Fortnite. They just creating characters and just kill motherfuckers all day long.
Yeah.
And then you surprised when this little nigga run outside and does it for real? Like, we celebrate that shit. We buy games for our children predicated on predatorial mentality.
Yeah.
You know? So, in a society that celebrates killing, because now the government wants to go over and attack people. Oh, we ain't have a problem with them going and mass murdering people over in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Because a few selected individuals want to knock down a building. Oh yeah, we'll rally behind that. Yeah, kill those fucking so-and-so, right?
That shit is fucked up.
But when somebody on our own homeland goes outside and kills Americans or kills kids or whatever, we feel bad. But we got American soldiers over there killing kids and shit. But we can't see it though, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So that's that. I feel like that right there is the real fucked up shit.
Yeah.
They just being trained. They just doing what they was trained to do.
Yeah.
The mass murderers. It's sad. It is some sad shit, but look around you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like this shit been happening for years. It ain't like this shit just started happening. Like they again. We go to the Bible, we go to the Quran, we go to whatever you want to talk about. All of these cultures and shit have killed massive loads of people.
Yeah. And
did it without even batting a fucking eyelash.
That's true.
In way more inhumane ways, you know. So
yeah, you're right.
I'm not gonna sit here and say what he did was right, but I can't just blame his ass neither, because we sell these fucking guns. We think that just because we got one gun, just because that's the gun he used to kill everybody, like a nigga can't just go out with a pistol and shoot 14 people and then reload and shoot 14 more. Like,
I feel you. Yeah.
A nigga could go out there with a shotty and blow away at least 10 people standing in a group.
Yeah.
That's a shotgun shot. That's one shot.
That's spray. Yeah.
Spread.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot we got.
You can go and buy a shotgun without a license. So
it's a bag of damn chips, man. That's real. We gotta get to the context of the issue. That's pretty much what it is. But hey, man, we can talk about this till the damn cows come home, man. But we got a time crunch. So with that being said, this is your boy Comedic Energy.
It's your girl Golden.
Your boy Cray.
Once again, this is produced by Livewire Sound and Entertainment. Good night, people.
Good night.
Livewire Sound and Entertainment. If you're looking to rent premium sound equipment for your next concert or podcast at a low price, go to www.livewiresoundent.com.